What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Once again, back here with another new look rebuild, and today we have ourselves the New Orleans Pelicans, who had a very interesting offseason to say the least. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Let's go ahead and jump in and talk about what the Pelicans did this offseason and do a new look New Orleans Pelicans rebuild in NBA 2K25. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. We're currently on the road to 50,000 subs, so if you want to help us reach that goal, that would be absolutely amazing by hitting that subscribe button. If you are new to this channel, we're also on the road to 2K26 as that comes out like at the end of August, so very exciting times right now. But as I mentioned, the Pelicans had themselves a very interesting offseason, but I guess I should be saying as well, forgot to say this, share scenario continues to get updated. Last thing that has happened over the weekend is that Luka Doncic got extended from the Lakers, so that's already been updated. So if you want to have an update of Luka Doncic and all the things that have happened this offseason, search up my share scenario with the gamer tag BUMAYO. But all right, let's look at this Pelicans team and talk about what they've done. So obviously, we all came into this offseason with the expectation that Zion was going to be moved, and it just didn't happen. So I have to assume they didn't like the offers they were getting. Then there was a trade with like McCollum involved where Jordan Poole comes back. So, McCollum was going to be an expiring contract, but instead they bring in Jordan Poole, which was kind of an interesting trade. They do extend Herb Jones, which obviously Herb Jones is a great player. They get, also Jeremiah Fears and Derek Queen on draft night. But the way they got Derek Queen was a little confusing. They traded their pick unprotected along with the Milwaukee Bucks unprotected as well. Not both of them, but one of those picks will be going to Atlanta. So just kind of a weird, bizarre offseason as a team that was in the playoffs last year and has been struggling to just kind of be a playoff team in general. They trade their pick unprotected, which is a little weird, but that's what they've done. So let's go ahead without further ado, get into this rebuild and see what we can do with this team. So for year number one, we're just going to sit back and watch what happens, and then we'll start to put our spin on things. So let's go take a look to see if this team is going to make something happen in year one, or if we're going to be disappointing and the Hawks are going to benefit off the trade that happened on draft night. So while DeJounte Murray is still out, here is rotation currently right now. It'll be Jordan Poole, Jordan Hawkins, Trey Murphy, Zion, Missy, Herb Jones, Makovich, Sadiq Bey, Jose Alvarado, and Jeremiah Fear. So I'd clearly like to get Derek Queen some minutes as well this year, so that's going to be an issue. So I'm going to throw Derek Queen in there, I guess, over Sadiq Bey, or we could even do Makovich instead. I mean, I feel like Derek Queen's got to play, so probably going to throw Derek Queen in the, in the rotation right away, so he'll get 23 minutes a night. So something like that. And of course, once DeJounte Murray's healthy, then it becomes a little bit tougher. But I'm going to kind of evaluate how this team is doing at the trade deadline, and maybe we make a big move at the deadline, or maybe we don't. I'm expecting this team to be kind of mid, basically, is my expectation. But maybe 2K surprises me, so I will see you guys either at the trade deadline or at the end of year number one. So at the end of year number one, Shea wins MVP, Flags Rookie of the Year, RJ Barrett's your sixth man, Wemby's your D point, and Trace Jackson Davis most improved, Fox is your clutch player, and Kenny Atkinson Coach of the Year. So we were literally teetering on the playoffs and not making the playoffs, and in the end, I guess you'll kind of see what happens. So Zion did make an All-NBA second team, which is great to see. So one thing New Orleans can hope for is they finally get the Zion they're hoping for, basically, and thankfully in 2K we can get that, but in real life I'm not really sure we're ever going to see Zion fully healthy. I mean, even to play like what 60 to 70 games would still be good. Oh, my alarm's going off, sorry about that. So alarm's going off, let me turn that off. But yeah, like I was saying, 60 to 70 games would be nice at least. He also, no, just kidding, we're still on All-NBA second team. Okay, so we are not in the playoffs, as I mentioned. We were literally teetering on being a play-in team and not, and at the end we didn't make it. 40 and 42, which is honestly kind of where you'd potentially expect the Pelicans to be in real life. So this isn't like too far off from what I could see in real life as well. So 26, 22, 18, and then 13, and then 11. So we also did extend Jordan Hawkins as well, so he'll be a nice bench piece for the foreseeable future, making $14 million in the year 2027. His contract is going to go down from there, so not too shabby. But let's go ahead and see who goes on to win the championship. I guess we could also look at our team stats, even though we were a mid team. So we look at our offensive rating, kind of see what that looked like. So as far as offensive rating is concerned, we were, oh boy, or maybe I passed us already. I must have passed us. It's 10th overall. I passed us. And then defensive rating, let's see, we were somewhere in the middle, I'm assuming. Or did I pass? No, 24th. Okay, so let's go ahead and see who goes on to win the championship. as we got Cleveland and OKC, and it's going to be the Thunder who go on and win it all. Oklahoma City Thunder get themselves another championship to go back to back. LeBron James is going to call it a career. Chris Paul, Kyle Lowry, so a lot of crazy retirements here. Kevin Love, Russell Westbrook in Detroit, who has not signed anywhere yet as I'm recording this. But let's go ahead and get to draft lottery time and see what happens, because I do believe we still get a pick. I'm just not really sure. It's probably going to be, let's skip to the results. So we have Kingswood number 1, and then as far as our pick is concerned, I actually don't see us. Do we not have a pick? I thought we would have a pick still, but I guess not. The Hawks have it via Milwaukee, and then I don't see our name. Do we not have a first rounder anymore? Maybe we don't. I just didn't see it. I guess we don't have a first round pick at all anymore, so that's kind of unfortunate. Thought we would, but maybe I'm wrong in thinking that. So 2K says we don't have a first round pick, which is kind of disappointing. If we did, so the Bucks have it at number 12. I don't think that's correct information, honestly. I don't believe that is. Maybe it is, though. I could be wrong, since the Pelicans trade their pick technically. So maybe that is the case. It probably is, now I think about it, because they traded their pick unprotected and Milwaukee's unprotected. I don't know. It's kind of confusing to think about. I guess I'll double check that really quickly, but I'm pretty sure that could be right. So I'll jump into draft night. There probably will be another trade happening this offseason for sure. But let's go check if we're supposed to have this 12th overall pick or not. So it is a little confusing to think about, because it sounds like it's a pick swap, and it's obviously the best of those 2 picks. So if the Hawks get the best of those 2 picks, I guess that would mean the Bucks get the other one, right? I could be wrong, and I apologize if I am. But I guess we're not going to have that draft pick, basically. So I'm going to go with we're not supposed to have it, even though I could be wrong in thinking that. Feel free to correct me. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's probably what that means. We're going to decline Kevon Looney. I just don't see him playing minutes for us. And then Alvarado finding is also fine. Makovich and Missy. We'll probably go ahead and decline Makovich. I just don't really think there's a path to him playing, because we have Derek Queen. I know although Derek Queen could play power forward, but I think I'd rather play him at the center. So yeah, basically that's why we're going to do that. So Hunter Dickinson, Bryce McGowan are both 2-ways. So maybe we'll look to bring them back. We'll see. Free agency though, Durant's here, Alvarado's here, and then yeah, we got like Scottie Pippen being waived for some reason, Kashawn George. So a couple waves that shouldn't be here, but Murray, Jordan Poole, Jeremiah Fears. So what I'd like to see this offseason is Jeremiah Fears has a path to a ton of minutes. We got Jordan Hawkins at the 2. Probably be sliding Herb Jones back to shooting guard if I was, gonna guess. Derek Queen's gonna be, like I said, the backup center to Missy. So basically, I think we need to find a way to strengthen our bench a little bit by making one of these trades with Poole or DeJounte Murray. I mean, both of them are expiring, so yeah, technically both of them are expiring. So really don't think we can go wrong with trading either one. One of them is gonna be probably coming off the bench. So let's see which one would have more value, I guess, across the league, and what trade we like better, basically. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do this trade, the Chicago Bulls, for Jalen Smith and a 2027 first-round pick. Basically, DeJounte Murray had a pretty good season once he came back. So I guess the Bulls will jump on that opportunity. There is still no long-term extension with Josh Giddey right now, so maybe they need a point guard. We get Portland's pick, which is basically line protected until like 2028 or something like that. So while this does say unprotected, it really isn't unprotected at all. If it ends up out of the lottery, we get it. But Jalen Smith is just kind of a player that comes back in the trade, so we get rid of one of the point guards, which was kind of my goal. Like I said, I wanted to have Jeremiah Fears a clear path to starting this year, so I think pull off the bench makes a little bit more sense than he walks to free agency, or we keep him. I guess kind of depends what he's asking for, but this is kind of what it's going to look like maybe going into next season. You can move Derek Queen to the power forward, or have Jalen Smith just not play at all. We'll figure it out, and we could sign a power forward technically as well. There is a few options, like Champagne is here, which I wouldn't hate that. There's Barnes. There's a couple guys. Like there's KJ Martin as well. So do we want to just, roll Derek Queen at the back of 4? I think we could do that this year. I think that's what I'll roll with. So the only move we really made was by trading DeJounte Murray away for, a pick. So basically that's it. So the main thing we have to hope for right now is that, by the way, I'm going to renounce basically everybody here as well. But the main thing we have to hope for right now is that we need Derek Queen and Jeremiah Fears to have a big impact next season. That's basically the main hope right now. So we got 81 Jeremiah Fears and 80 Derek Queen. So it's nice to see these guys developing nicely. Bay is down to 77, but there's definitely more moves to come in the future. But a Zion, Trey Murphy, I still feel like we probably need a second star. I really hope that Trey Murphy could become that in real life for the Pelicans, but in 2K, he never really does, unfortunately. So we're going to go into next season. We kind of know what it's going to look like. We were just barely shy of being a play-in / playoff team last year. Will that change this year? Perhaps it will, perhaps it won't. We'll have to see. Not a whole lot this offseason, but next offseason, if the team still sucks and is disappointing, there could be a lot of movement coming. So at the end of year number 2, Luka Doncic wins MVP, AJ Ban's the Rookie of the Year in Sacramento, Edge comes your 6th man, Wemby's your depoy, and Jeremiah Fears wins Most Improved Player, which is great to see. Efficiency from 3 wasn't so good, but 17 and 5 as a starting point guard for us. Jason Tatum Clutch Player, and Kidd is your Coach of the Year, and Hobson goes to Executive as well. All-NBA first team, we have, I'm assuming Zion in here. We do. All-NBA second team for Zion Williamson, 25 and 8. All-NBA third team, all-defensive first team, and all-defensive second team. So we did have a good season, but unfortunately, we're just a play-in team. The reason why I say we had a decent season is because we did go 45 and 37. So I feel decent about that record. It's not under 500. In fact, we're like, what, 8 games over 500. So got to feel decent about that. And then if we look at, of course, the team stats before we look at player stats, offensive rating, we were 4th in the NBA, and the defensive rating, it looked like we weren't as good, but let's take a look to see exactly. So looks like, yeah, kind of down the board quite a... Oh, wait. Did I pat? Yeah, 21st. Okay. So, and then here were the player stats, by the way, with Zion Williamson leading the way, of course. But you had 25 from Zion, 18 from Jordan Poole, 17 from Fears, 13 from Hawkins, 13 from Trey Murphy, 10 from Derek Queen, 7 from Missy, and then 7 from Herb Jones, 6 from Jalen Smith, and 5 from Sadiq Bey. Okay. Sacramento, who has AJ DeBanza. This should be an interesting little matchup with them. So let's see if we can't take them out. Okay, so let's see if Simcast goes in our favor to get into the actual playoff dance here. This would be Zion's first playoff minutes of his career if we're able to get there. And we do. 119 and 94, 24, 8 and 7 from Zion. So we love that. 23 from Herb Jones, 18 and 15 from Derek Queen. Okay, so we get to play the Timberwolves in round 1. So that should be a little bit of a tough matchup, but we're hopefully up for the challenge. So let's see how this is going to go. Game 1 is going to go to the Timberwolves. They blow us out. Game 2, we do actually take one in Minnesota, so that's a great sign. So let's see if we can't. They want to change the rotation up again. Jordan Poole is going to start now. Okay, so let's see if we can't win Game 3 in New Orleans and start to take a little bit of control in this series as the 7th seed. But it looks like with those minutes adjusted, it did not work out. So, I mean, we kind of, no, not really. Still lost by 13. So, all right, they still want to start Jordan Poole. This is a must win. If we go down 3-1, we're probably in trouble. I mean, we're the 7th seed right now, so technically we're not even supposed to be able to beat the Wolves, but looks like we have a chance, maybe. We have a fighter's chance, which is all you could ask for. So we have tied the series. 38 from Zion. He went 17 and 19 from the free throw line, so that was huge. Okay, big Game 5. If we're able to steal one in Minnesota, go up 3-2, I mean, it would be kind of fun, but let's see. It's going to be a very close game. They've had to lead most of it, and we kind of got really close to taking it, but never really did. Okay, so we want to start Jalen Smith in Game 6, which is interesting. But okay, Game 6 to force a Game 7. Can we make it happen? I mean, the one thing I can say, and this is very similar to what happened with... Yeah, we got blown out this time, though. This was very similar to what happened when they played the Suns. Like, they gave the Suns some fight, and everybody was, like, so excited with the Pelicans' future. And then after that, we never saw them again. So, yeah, well, that's cool and all, but we need to be better. And I think it's kind of hopefully time to trade for a second star. So Mavericks go on to beat the Cavs in 4. Okay, so if we're going to be able to beat any team out west, I think we do need some more star power, if I had to guess. Although, like I said, we could hope that Fears or Derek Queen develop into that, but I don't know if I want to wait on that. So we do have Portland's pick, which, as I mentioned, this is going to be lottery protected. So as cool as it is to see that this is going to be a lottery pick, it won't be. So we do have the 8th pick via the Milwaukee Bucks, though, which is nice. So that's going to be cool to have. But unfortunately, as far as number 3 is concerned, as great as that would help us, it's actually not the case. That is actually going to be Portland's pick. So head coach wise, I think I'd like to keep Willie Green, but I will say if we can get a better coach, then I mean maybe we got to jump on that opportunity. So I will give Nick Nurse an offer too, but I will probably try to resign Willie Green as well if nobody else wants to come over here. Chris Finch, you know, would be nice too. I wouldn't hate that. And then maybe Kyle McDaniel. Don't know much about him. I don't think he's a real person. He might be. So we've offered Nurse, Finch, and then who else do we want to offer? Do we just want to offer? I mean, Quinn Snyder's usually somebody I can get. So let's see. We do get Quinn Snyder, as I mentioned. So Ron Q, Quinn Snyder's going to choose to come coach the Pelicans. I need to send this pick back to the Blazers. And then with the 8th overall pick, I don't know if I have any interest in drafting here. I low-key kind of would like to see if we can make a big move using that pick. Not going to lie. It looks like we're going to go ahead and talk to the Memphis Grizzlies about Jaren Jackson Jr. So Jaren Jackson would play some 5 for us if we brought him in. He'd be obviously a perfect floor spacer next to Zion Williamson, a good defensive player. Rebounding, of course, is a little bit of an issue, but hopefully that doesn't hurt us too much. So Hawkins, a 2030 unprotected, and the 8th overall pick for Jaren Jackson. What would the Grizzlies say to this offer? They say no to start things off, which really disappoints me. What if I throw you Micah Peavy as well, and that has changed the offer, and we get Jaren Jackson Jr. on the Pelicans, and he actually goes up, which at center, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, I don't usually play Jaren Jackson the 5, but I will in this scenario. So Jaren Jackson, Missy with Derek Queen and Zion Williamson. So our front court is really nice. I felt like we needed to make a trade, and we have done that, and I'm very happy with the trade as well. So we don't have a pick anymore in the draft. As I mentioned, was not really interested in drafting with pick number 8. So number 8, they got Sadiq White, which would have been fine. But as I mentioned, I'm kind of a trajectory of trying to win now right now. So winning 10, we're going to accept. And then options, we'll accept all of these. Qualifying offers, nothing. And then for free agency, we have just Jordan Poole, which honestly might need to bring him back low-key. Like, it may not hurt us just to bring him back as another option on this team. So probably will. And then same thing with Sadiq Bey, I think. So Sadiq Bey and also Jordan Poole, I think I'd like to keep them both if I can. I'll give Jordan Poole a short-term contract. Don't know if I want to keep him long-term, but I think keeping both these guys is probably going to be kind of nice to have just as another guy off the bench for us. So I like this a lot, and then maybe we could sign a shooting guard as well just in case. So like an Isaiah Joe as a shooter to replace that Jordan Hawkins role. I think I'm cool with that. It did suck to trade Jordan Hawkins a little bit, but at the end of the day, I mean, we get Jaren Jackson Jr. to add next to Zion Williamson, so we have to hope that's going to be kind of a perfect front court fit. Again, rebounding might be a little worrisome, I won't lie, but you have Jeremiah Fears up to an 87, which is a huge jump. Herb Jones, 84, 84, 84, Derek Queen, 84, Jordan Poole, 83, Missy, 80, 79. So all this is looking good. I love what I'm seeing, but all that matters is being a legitimate contender out west. This is also Zion's last year of his contract, so it would be interesting to see if he has any interest coming back or if he's going to end up leaving us. Hopefully, it's not the path to leaving us. I mean, we get a championship this year. That's great. Don't really know if that's realistic, though. But I do think Jaren Jackson gives us an edge that we truly needed. So we'll see, though. We'll definitely see if this ends up working out or not. But can't wait to kind of see what this team could do in the regular season if we can be a top 3 seed in the West or whatever. So we could be a 4-star balanced system. Also, Quinn Snyder's the new coach as well. So we moved on from Willie Green. All right, so let's go to balanced, and let's go see what this is going to look like going into the season. I'm also just going to run 9-man, and then let's go 40 bench utilization. So, okay, we have Fears, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, Zion, Jaren Jackson. I like that a lot with Jordan Poole, Derek Queen, Missy, and Isaiah Joe. To me, we feel like a very deep rotation. I think this is all the making to go out there and make it into the playoffs. So hopefully that is going to be what happens, and I will see you guys at the end of year number 3. So Victor Wembanyama is going to win MVP. Yabusele's Rookie of the Year in Milwaukee. Giddey's your 6th man as well in San Antonio. And then Wemby's also your Depoy Arena's most improved. And Anthony Edwards clutch player. And Quinn Snyder is your Coach of the Year, as we did go 61 in 21. So yeah, the team was really good. All-NBA first team, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third team. Zion does make it, averaging 22. So it looks like Jaren Jackson and maybe some others took some pressure off Zion this year, which is great to see. And then I would have loved to see Jaren Jackson all defensive team for us, but unfortunately not going to be the case. We don't even have an all-rookie second team, as none of them, I guess, were playing enough minutes for that. With a first seed in the West, if we take a look at the player stats, he had 22 from Zion, 21 from Jordan Poole. Wow, ended up being a really good addition. Surprised he didn't get a 6-man nod. Did he start? I don't think he did, right? No, he wasn't. So how does this man not get 6-man of the year doing that? He was very efficient, and yeah, almost 50, 40, 90 basically. So kind of wild that he didn't get a 6-man nod, or I just didn't see who did. I don't even know who won 6-man. Honestly, surprised to not see him have won that. But okay, got distracted by Jordan Poole. But let's take a look at the team stats. So I have to assume offensive rating, we were top 3. Defensive rating, we were number 8, so or 7. We went from like 21 to 7. I think that's the Jaren Jackson effect, which we'll absolutely take. So, all right, let's see how far this is going to go in the playoffs. So, we get the Phoenix Suns in round 1, and I kind of mentioned them earlier. If we remember, way back when, the Suns and the Pelicans match up in the first round. I think this was the year the Suns made it to the finals, if I remember correctly. Maybe it was a different year, but the Pelicans pushed them to 6 games. It was an entertaining series. Everybody was so excited about the Pelicans ceiling, and they have not done anything since then. So, let's maybe return the favor and beat the Suns this time and not have them force us to 6, and we do sweep them. So good start. Now we get the Unk Squad, the Clippers, who have now Murray, Jalen Green, Michael Porter, and Zubac around Kawhi Leonard. So honestly, kind of a solid looking team in LA, but I mean, I still like our team a little bit better, but let's see what happens. So game 1 is going to go to us, beat them by only 1 point there. Game 2 is going to go to us as well, 117 to 105, and they're going to win game 3, and they're going to win game 4. So this is back to a even series. So let's see if we can't win game 5 at home and avoid going down 3-2 to this team. If we go down 3-2, could be in a lot of trouble. Have the lead right now. They've been somewhat close, but we kept them at a distance, which is great. Now for a game 6 road win would be great if we, avoided game 7. The home team has won every single game so far, so can we change that here and win game 6? It's going to be close. They're going to win game 6, so we have a game 7 happening. They want to start Jordan Poole for game 7, which I guess I'm cool with that. Can we come out here and win game 7 and get in the conference finals? It looks like the Clippers are going to beat us, man. Wow, so that's disappointing. 113 to 94. So we're going to fall short in the second round. Spurs end up beating the Clippers in 6, and we have the Spurs beat them in 6 games. Would have loved to have seen how we would have matched up against the Spurs, but unfortunately, we're not going to know, at least this year. But the one thing we have going for us is we are in a good position. I think all we really need to do is just run this bad boy back, because we have guys that are only going to continue to get better. We made our all-in move with Jaren Jackson, so I don't really think there's going to be much else I can truly do. Jordan Poole has been locked up for 2 years, so the only thing we need to do is re-sign Zion. If he decides to leave us, then this video is a little bit of a disaster, but let's see what he is thinking. So Zion Williamson has no good offers right now, which is a good sign that we'll be able to bring him back, I think. So we'll re-sign him, hopefully. Yep, so where's number 1 offer? And then Missy will hopefully come back, and we'll sign him to a cheap deal on the last day of free agency, and then hopefully he'll even get better as well. So yeah, I don't really think there's gonna be much else to do. I think we just got to run this bad boy back and hope that a different result will happen. We were so close to going far in the conference finals there, and then we would have seen how we would have matched up against the Spurs. But Missy, last day of free agency, just give him a 4-year deal. Pretty good contract. We'll do that. And all right, so play progression, as you see, Fear's up to a 90 now. Herb Jones 86. So this is all looking good. We love to see what we're seeing. 85, 85. So yeah, still a deep team. So let's go see if next year will be better than last. The Cooper Flag wins MVP. Paul is Rookie of the Year in Brooklyn. Derek Queen is your 6th man. So this time we do get a 6th man, but it's not Jordan Poole. Wemby, Depoy, Stokes, Rookie, or most improved, and Clutch goes to Anthony Edwards. So not as great a record as last year, but we still are in the playoffs, which is what truly matters. So 4th seed, and fun enough, we get to play the team that eliminated us last year in round 1. So here were your player stats. You had 20 from Zion, 20 from Jeremiah Fear, 17 from Jackson, 15 from Trey Murphy, 14 from Derek Queen, and 12 from Jordan Poole. So big playoffs here. We definitely need to kind of win here. So let's see if we got what it takes to win. So the Clippers, very similar to last year, but they did change a little bit. So let's see how this is about to go. Game 1 is going to go to the Clippers. Game 2 is going to go to us. Game 3 is going to go to them. Do the Clippers just have our number in this video so far? So it's a 2-2 series right now. We definitely need a big win in Game 5 to go up 3-2 right now. So I think we went up 3-2 last year and lost, though. So that doesn't mean everything, and we're going to go down 3-2. So man, the Clippers are just, they have us right now. They know what we need. They know what we have. Okay. We need a big couple wins here. Why do the Clippers own us right now? I feel like the Clippers are usually pretty easy to beat, and that's just not what's going on right now. We need to blow them out here, which is looking good for that right now, and then we need a big Game 7 victory. So another Game 7 with them. Can we escape Game 7? And we got the Dallas Mavericks potentially on the other side. Game 7, will it go our way? Prayers up. All right, Game 7. Let's get a victory here. Let's get return the favor, and it's gonna be a close game, but the Clippers are going to, okay, we beat them 104 to 109. Very close, but we do get the Thunder or the Mavericks. Low key, I'd like to see the Thunder, I'm not gonna lie. So let's see if it's the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Mavericks, as we all are aware, are usually pretty tough to beat in the 2K sim. So it is gonna be Dallas. OKC is gonna win. Okay, I like that. We get the AFC, we get the home court advantage, so we'll take that. And then we'll see if we can beat the Thunder, who have currently Shea, Harwell, Joe Williams, Almanza, Chet, and Topic. I mean, they do look a little bit, I don't know, they look a little off. So here we go. Game 1 is going to go to us. Game 2 is going to go to us as well. Good start. 3-0. Yeah, that's why I wanted the Thunder. They're so easy to beat in the 2K sim for some reason. Okay, now San Antonio. So we didn't get this matchup last year, but it's time to see if we can do it this time. So the Clippers have been our biggest test. Now, can we beat the the Spurs? We'll see. So game 1 is going to go to us. So that's already a good start. 117-84. Trey Murphy with 32 in this game. Love to see that. Game 2 is going to go to us as well. So it's a 2-0 start. Both games and San Antonio. They're going to take both games in New Orleans, aren't they? Nope, we're up 3-1. Beat them in 5. Yes, we're in the finals. Okay, so we made it to the finals. Now we get to play the Pistons or the Celtics. It's going to be a game 7. It will be the Detroit Pistons. So I think the Pistons have home court advantage then for this. So, all right, let's see if we can't take down the Pistons. Game 1 on the road, they're up 1-0. Game 2 on the road, they're up 2-0. So we got to win both games in New Orleans to get back in this. So let's see if we have what it takes as we start off super slow. But we are getting, nope, we're going to go down 3-0 to the Pistons, aren't we? Unless we get a, nope, down 3-0. So that's not a good sign. What do the Pistons have right now anyway? So they got, oh, they got Darren Peterson and Brandon Miller. Oh, wow, that's a good team. I'm not going to lie. Detroit, they got it going. So game 4, to hopefully revive ourselves to not get swept here. But Darren Peterson, Cade Cunningham as a backcourt is a little terrifying. So we do have the opportunity to win here, and we will 107-115. So we get a victory, which is great. But now we got to win 2 more to force the game 7. Okay, on the road in Detroit, can we win another one, or are we done for here? We're cooked. So it looks like we're absolutely, oh, wait a minute. We might force another game. We do. 110-95. We're not dead yet. We're not dead yet. We go back to New Orleans now. Just got to win another game, and a game 7 could happen. So game 6, if we just blow them out, that'd be great. We start off with the lead, but it looks like the Pistons have now taken it, and they are going to, get it going here. So 120. Oh my gosh, we almost came back there at the end too. 123-122. So it looks like in this video, a championship is not going to happen. NBA Finals is the ceiling for this team. And I think I'm going to end it there, guys. So I hope you all did enjoy it. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Also, I think someone just signed a 2-way contract as I was recording this, so I'll probably update that as well. Don't remember. Or it was Jeff Dalton Jr. who signed he signed somewhere else. It looks like signed a 2-year deal with. Never mind. That's not even about the NBA. So okay, see you on the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.